Welcome to this month's Academy Mentoring Moment. So, subject for the month is cover letters, interview skills, networking. And I have a really different take here. I think I'm going to try to pack it into just 15 minutes. But right off the bat, I want you to know I hate resumes. Let that sink in. I hate resumes. I don't want to see your resume. Your resume is a one sheet, this is the whole world of who I am, and I don't want to be in a position where I'm evaluating people based on that one sheet presentation. I hope that intrigues you. Now that I've said that, I need to let you know you better have a good resume. What? Yeah. Well, because most places will ask for a resume. Because you always want to be prepared for a resume, but you actually want to make them ask for it. Some places, with human resources, larger organizations, there's no other way to get you through the system. Now, some details on the resume that I think are important to know and understand and matter to me. Quite frankly, if you're coming out of school, there's no way you have more than a page for a resume. Now, I'd like to make the distinction. This is not a CV. CV, you might have every little stupid course you ever took in school. Every single clinical experience that you've done. That's okay and appropriate typically in that. No expert there, consult folks that are. But in a resume, simple, to the point, single page. What you put on there really matters. And it shouldn't be I was present at this job. You need to thoughtfully consider the things that you've actually pulled off, accomplished. I want to see the action verbs. I want to see the bang, here's the little thing that I made a difference in one of my work environments. Whoa, here's a little thing I thought creatively about and came up with a new solution. Hey, this is where I made a team happen with my own academic cohort. Find the things where you made a difference. Boil it down to a single sentence and put it out there. So I hope that gives you a little insight into what's important to me when it comes to a resume. And I hope it influences the quality of your resume. All right, back to I don't want to see them. You know, there's an awful lot of people in this world that are going to evaluate you on a single sheet of paper. I don't want to be one of them. And I would tell you, if you are good at what you do, there should be no page that describes that effectively. So I am a huge believer in cover letters, because what you're after is the face-to-face. You're after the conversation. You're after the interview. And that's what you'll be asking for intentionally in a cover letter. All right, a little more on the sales skills. When it comes to people that are going to employ you, there is almost certainly some pain in their world that's the reason why they need you. That pain could be something as simple as I have too many people to care for. I want to have more time with my family. Or it could be something more specific, like I feel like I want to concentrate in this area of my practice and would love to have someone help me in this other area of my practice. An effective cover letter, or any time you're looking to explore the possibility of working for someone, will work on teasing out places where you might be the perfect match for that business. It's not a lot to say, I graduated. Okay, good on you. I'm even going to tell you now that you may have worked fantastically hard to get A's through everything. But you are right on the cusp of any of that expiring. A's just don't matter. Maybe right away, or depending on where you might be applying, maybe right after that first job. But what does matter? That you are an answer to someone's particular problems. That you are the right match. That you will be an effective part of the team that they've developed. That they'll love having you. So, finding out more about them, trying to discover what might be their particular need and desire, and phrasing that in a cover letter in a way that's attractive. And like, if you need someone like me, then perhaps we should talk. And here I want you to have a clear path forward in that cover letter. Don't ever leave it in their hands. Yes, if I'm the right match, perhaps we should talk. I'll call you Monday the 20th to confirm you received this letter and see if we can set an appointment. So few people have that type of initiative that it stands out, that it really matters. So say you're going to do it, actually do it, follow through. That matters as well. So let me pick up off of the cover letter. One of the things that makes for better interviewing skills is your attention to the company, their culture, what their needs might be. And please don't wait for an interview to ask questions that are readily answerable on a company's website. You're wasting your time and theirs. Now, I do want to encourage you in something, though. Far too few people are intentionally thinking about, hey, what's important to me? What's the right cultures? Where have I best clicked? What was different or special about those environments as I went through my rotations? What do I really enjoy and I think would be important to my continued learning? What type of support do I want? An environment do I want? And teammates do I want? When you can thoughtfully articulate those things that are important to you in an asked question to genuinely see if you're a good match or not with the organization that you're interviewing with, that is fantastic. All right, I'm going to address one pet peeve here. And it is emblematic of the quality of your questions. One of the questions that I most often get from resident candidates and board eligible people seeking a job is, do you have central fabrication in your business? That's not a good high quality question. And let me explain to you why. On all the years that I've heard that, most often I would tell you that reflects someone's not being confident about their hand skills. They didn't grow up with shop class and friends and families that were building things. They went to undergraduate school and immediately to graduate school, and then they're confronted with, I have to do this job in a world where I'm actually touching things, making things, changing things. And so, most often, when somebody's talking about that, it's because they feel they need some remediation in those skills. It's because they did have to fabricate in their educational programs. They were challenged by it. I say most often. I got that same exact question from someone recently, and guess what? As I pushed back and asked her questions, it turned out that wasn't at all why she was asking. She had this huge family history of awesome building and making, and that was important to her when it came to the field and what she was going to do. If I hadn't cared enough to explore what she was actually trying to ask, I would have just written her off as someone else that's not very confident about their hand skills in our world. So, please think about the kind of environment that you want to be a part of and the whys. Please come up with better questions for the people sitting across from you so that you learn, why are they going to be good instructors for you? How is this going to be a good match? How are they as educators? How are they as far as success with their patients? How are they paying attention to that? What is the interaction that they have with the rest of the medical community? There's things that matter, that are important to you, that make up the right world and environment for you. And the better you can understand that and figure out if a place is a good match, the better off you'll be. Something to think about. Our organization is crazy different. We're all mobile. And I'd like to just tease you with the thought that it's not what you think it is. And only if you bring questions to people that you're interviewing will you actually figure out what their world is like. If you expect me to grill you, you'll never know what our world's like. And you may discover that you'd enjoy being in it. Let's see. Networking. When, where, and how. I'm going to say now, always. But honestly, let me focus on one thing. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a powerful professional network. It is something that you can use to have an opinion, to curate your news in your field, to have ideas outside of what you might be narrowly focused on. So I'd encourage every person to get a LinkedIn account, to start discovering people in the field whose voice they like to hear, and to really work the connections outside their field. If you went to a school where you went to school with physical therapists during part of your training, absolutely develop those relationships, make those professional connections on LinkedIn. If there's something that, in science that you have a particular interest in, find the people on LinkedIn. Good creative people take ideas from all over the place. Our field is so small. If you're not stealing ideas from everything else, you're not getting to see what's going to be. And so pay attention to your broader network as you develop it. So please use LinkedIn. Yes, be doing networking all the time. And here I'd like to tell you, don't be afraid to ask. And it's okay if someone tells you no. You know, when I say don't be afraid to ask, people in your network, people that you've met, don't be afraid to reach out to them and say, hey, I'm looking for a residency. I'm looking for a job. Would you take some time? I don't think I'm the right match for you, because that might be the case. But would you take some time and maybe tell me and point me in the right direction of someone that might be a good match for me? No harm in asking. If someone says no, don't take it personally. That's okay. But you'd be surprised how many people in our field are generous and really are interested in your success. And I would add, those people are people that you want to nurture the relationship and keep in your network. All right, quick review. I hate resumes, but you'd better have a good one. Absolutely work your cover letter from the perspective of they need me. I need to figure out the possibilities of why they need me so they can imagine me showing up and being the right person. In that cover letter, make sure you have the pull through so the action relies on you. So that it's not, oh, they never got back to me. No. So it's like, yeah, I called them Monday. They were excited about the cover letter. They scheduled an interview. Or, hey, I called them Monday and they don't have any positions and aren't interested. One quick note on that interest might be just for that period of time. Don't be scared to go back and send the same cover letter to someone 3 months later. Somebody left there, something changed, it might be better received. Finally, work your network. Use LinkedIn as your professional network, and developing the relationships with the people that are generous and will help you get connected matters. When it comes to finding a job, most jobs are never published. Use your network. Use the cover letter. Do cold calls. Go find the people that need you before they've thought hard enough to put an ad together. Wish you well.